Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to do another Age 20 run, this time with Faerun. For distortions, I didn't intentionally try to not have certain things, but not having the distortion that increases domain cost ended up helping out quite a lot throughout the run. But I'm sure you can still do the same thing without it. For essences and skills, it doesn't really matter too much what you take. I took Poisonous Concoction for the high damage per amp scaling, and then for the weakness effect, and then Life Bloom for the healing. The Drazillion, I tried to do a gimmick with that didn't end up working out, so I'd recommend changing that one. And then for evolutions, I'm running energy for every enemy hit with Jumping Strike, increased radius for Jumping Strike, and then temporary rage amps for every enemy hit by Jumping Strike. The idea was that I Jumping Strike a ton of units in the wave and get a whole bunch of rage amps to summon a really strong Drazillion, but I didn't really work out. But these two for sure work really well in a build, and then what I would normally do is just run Beast Hunter. If you feel like you're too weak early on trying to go for these two, you just put Beast Hunter earlier and then switch these around to preference. This obviously would be good, but I'm not a huge fan of certain status elements doing percentage-based health damage. I think it's just a really cheap way to win in Age 20, so I'm going to skip out on that. And then we're stacking Tactic Amps this run, so obviously the money from it, or not the money, sorry, the potion cooldowns will be fine. Seems like I can't get away from potion cooldowns, even when I'm not trying to build it in my run. This run won't really be that heavily potion-based anyways. We're not going for the legendary plants at all, and then I don't really care too much what's on my potions. They're gonna help, but I'm gonna be powerful enough without them to. And then, since in this run I have Impoverished Start as one of the distortions here, and I'm also not able to get the Edict for reduced tower cost, I'm doing a different opener. So I got the 2 towers to have the protection gate up, and then I leveled Gold Mine immediately. If I get the Gold Mine, and I go around and collect the gold from the map, I can have enough money to have all the towers built by the end of the night, or by the end of the day, rather. You need to get all the towers done on day 1 to make sure that you don't miss any income from the Chronomancer when you're running a Kadeth Seed, that is, because he disables your towers every day and every night. I think him disabling stuff on daytime gets added in at a certain age, but I don't remember exactly when that gets added. He's definitely the most annoying of the 3 bosses to play around. Okay, perfect. For our shards this time, we do kinda care about Tactic Amps if we see them, but more so than that, I'm just prioritizing raw attack damage and raw crit. Because none of our evolutions here actually help with jungling at all, which is a really bad idea to do, by the way. But you can kind of get away with it if you're just prioritizing flat stats on your shard pickups. The problem with this is that you can still clear like the jungle camps well enough, but you really lack in DPS for boss fights. But for this run, I don't actually care about that, because I'm not going to be killing the bosses myself. I'm going to be making my units kill the bosses for me. Oh, I should not have actually picked that up. Hopefully I still have enough money. I think as long as I get every gold chest on the right side here, I should be okay money-wise, but it's pretty close. I need to get to 490 gold before I can go back and start grabbing my towers. And it looks like... Oh, most of the... No, there's still 2 miners here, so I think we'll be okay. We'll see, though. I'm at 300 now, and it should go up again. 350, 530. Okay, we got plenty. Do I want the auto attack speed and the tactic amps, or do I want... Having some more move speed would be nice, but I think I'm fast enough. If there's no other better option, taking the speed is fine. But spamming Berserker gives you plenty of movement speed as Faerun. Luckily, you don't have to worry about buying the mount as much as other characters, or building into movement speed that much. I honestly really hope they just move the mount from being in the Tamer's Paddock and having to buy it every run, to just moving it as some of the progressions somewhere. Whether it be something you have to buy, or just something you unlock as your, like, account level progresses. Oh, god damn it. So one thing that's kind of annoying about using Power Strike on Faerun is that you become invincible and untargetable, which is good most of the times, but sometimes it will make the camp lose aggro on you, and then, like, they'll either go towards your miners if your miners are around, or they'll just move in a way that makes your Power Strike miss. I'm sure we'll see that at some point in this run. I actually missed a chest here too, but I don't have enough time to do it and get back, because it's about nighttime now. I want to grab this tree, and then I want to be as close to here as possible as soon as night turns over. Because when the tower gets disabled, it's also going to spawn some bone spikes that you can kill for a pretty good chunk of EXP. I kind of want to reroll this. Let's try rerolling it once. That's fine, I guess. Having the heal be strong right away will help getting my power altars, but I really just wanted flat auto attack damage. Okay, where did the bones... Okay, they spawned up here. Can I get in range in time? Nice. 45 EXP there. These things are a little bit of a pain to kill, though. Especially if you don't have, like, units or towers helping you kill them. The way they attack you is annoying, because they lock on, but then it also takes forever to actually attack. So it's harder to predict than stuff that just attacks you right away. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I should have plenty of time to get to level 3. If I wait till level 3, then I can start spamming my Power Strike on the wave, instead of maybe, like, using Berserker. But now that I'm level 3, I got a passive that gives me energy back every time I land a Jump Strike. Even without the range upgrade evolution, you can still hit jumps that pretty much fully refund your energy cost. It's harder to do until you get that the radius upgrade, but you can do it without it. Neither of these really matter too much, so I'll just grab the resistances. And then I think I'll take the run speed. That's actually going to be kind of funny later on, because we're going to get an evolution that every time I jump strike, it gives me red amplifiers. So after I finish a Night Wave, I'm just going to have a ton of movement speed out of nowhere. Okay, and that is the first Night Wave down pretty easily. I'm gonna leave that last big enemy to just let the mage towers deal with him. They're real good at dealing with single target enemies, and it's not really worth me sticking around. Having Power Strike have some invincibility is really nice for these spider camps. You can kind of just wait out for them to use their attacks and then jump in as soon as they do. Otherwise, if you're sitting there trying to hit them with melee attacks constantly, they love to end up spreading out and run away from you. It makes these camps real annoying to fight. But you'll see a couple tricks that I use in this run to help deal with that. Ooh, perfect. We got a bunch of auto attack damage there. And then another little trick with Faerun is that you can actually use your jumping strike to go over walls. The amount of walls that you can actually go over with this is really generous as well. You'll probably see it at some point during the run. That'll, like, jump into a wall that I shouldn't really be able to, clip into it, and it'll kind of spit me out on the other side anyways. I'm not too thrilled about getting rage amplifiers on here, but I can use them. Oh, and then I should have grabbed this as soon as I had enough money to get it, but that's okay. And then I'm also gonna grab this upgrade here. These upgrades are real easy to overlook. There's a couple of them on different buildings. But having these for your units makes them a lot more durable than they would be otherwise. I haven't looked at resistances too much to see exactly how they work, but they're just some kind of damage reduction. I am going to be getting a domain, so that is free money. Actually, that means I can buy the Night Order right away. Usually I'd buy this a little bit later, but since I have the domain thing, I can just pick it up now. And I need 150 more for the treasure rumors. And then, while my EXP tree is active, I'm going to start messing with this camp a little bit. I'm not going to be able to clear this entire camp, but what I can do is I can kind of bait the enemies into grouping together there, and then leap strike them all at the same time, and kill a bunch of these smaller spiders at once. Oh, they're in like a weird grouping now. I can bait them again, just have to be a little bit careful about it. These spider camps can be real obnoxious, but with the jumping strike build, I can actually take them a lot easier than with other setups. So in this run, I actually don't mind having the spider camps too badly. They're actually going to be much easier to kill than the blue camps of the Gluttor side.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year.
I guess we'll take a little bit of attack speed. Not going to be stacking Fate Amps, but if I do get some, then that will help. See, like, there's an example of where I should have been able to hit all 4 of those enemies with my Power Strike, but as soon as I used it, one of them started backing off. Normally, grabbing auto attack range is really helpful on the melee characters. I mean, it's helpful on anyone, but it's especially helpful on melee, because that means you can just auto attack more of the Night Wave per swing. Every little bit of auto attack range helps. But since I'm spamming Power Strike, it doesn't actually matter this run. Unfortunately, Faerun's Power Strike is one of the few ones that don't scale off of your auto attack range. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and get the treasure rumors spawned in. I'm going to be using these mercenaries a couple times, and this gives me more income during the night, so getting this early on helps as well. Even aside from just getting the chest. Is it right here? You can find this chest by looking around at these orange spots on the map. That will either be a jungle camp, or a random treasure chest, or it could be the big one. I don't actually see it anywhere, so it might be within this area, or maybe way back over here. I'll check if it's in this last area that I haven't been through yet. If not, it's somewhere that I just missed. Oops. Do you guys have problems with this game where you click on buttons and they just don't register sometimes? I know it's not my mouse because I just got a new mouse, but I've always had that issue in this game specifically. Don't have it anywhere else but this game. Alright, so let me see. I did buy it. What am I missing here? Oh, it's up here. Somehow I just missed that. How much is my potion? 23 seconds? I do have this life fountain that I can grab here too. If I can grab this power altar, I'll even just turn it into HP. It's not a huge deal if I turn some of these early ones into HP. I'm gonna be grabbing an upgrade for the knights later that makes their health scale off of tactical altars. So it's important that I at least do some kind of interaction with them. It doesn't matter if I turn them into HP, or if I actually get the thing from it. It just matters that I interact. And now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the archery hall, but I'm not gonna do anything else with it quite yet. I need to get over to the domain building. Okay, perfect. I can get these jungle enemies while I'm here as well. Or not jungle enemies, but roaming enemies. I don't want these guys killing my miners, because I need all the income I can get from them. Oops. Oh, the first time was my fault. The second time was him dropping aggro. Using Jumping Strike right at close range can be difficult, because sometimes it'll miss. Okay, now we got crossbowmen with 120 damage already. These crossbowmen do a lot of damage, but the way that units are designed is just really clunky and unintuitive overall. It's impossible for me to get any health scaling for these archers at all. So if they get even, like, breathed on by anything in age 20, they just get one shot. And then it's also weird because, like, the knights have a way to scale on their own, the monks have ways to scale, and the Tamer's Paddock has a way to scale as well through their own upgrades. But for archers and catapults, you can't get any damage at all on them unless you roll a map with the domain. I think the domains have way too much power in them compared to the upgrades you get from the kingdom. The upgrades you get from the kingdom generally don't, like, help you with damage too much. And then we're gonna re-roll here, because we just want flat damage. There we go. 22% damage, and then the 3 red amps will also help with the movement speed. And then it looks like it's nighttime. Grab the EXP off of these before I go get the wisdom tree, because the crossbowmen are gonna nuke these. I won't be able to get EXP from them in time. And then if I can actually hit level 6 before the wave gets here, or early into the wave, I'll be able to clear it a lot better. But it doesn't look like... I probably won't even grab a wisdom tree. The wave's already pretty far forward here. How close to level 6 will this get me? Why did... Oh, okay. I thought I only got 3 EXP from it, but that 3 was from something else. Damn, almost level 6. So I'll wait and start using my jump strike once I get level 6. Alright, so now at level 6, I just get a little bit more radius on jumping strike that scales with my tactic amps. That'll make it much easier to always get the energy refund on it. The only thing with this build is that you have to be very careful about not dying as you're constantly jumping in here. Especially if you're gonna do this against the Vampire Legion. I don't even know how viable this would be against them. Because the Vampire Legion does a ton of damage, especially if the elite units leap onto you. I have lifesteal and... yeah, I have 10% lifesteal, so... once I pop that, I can get plenty of HP back. Please don't kill my miner, thank you. And then we should be able to actually grab the second level here. We'll get the knights soon, but we don't need them quite yet. The archers are capable of just one-shotting everything before it makes it to them, really. So they can actually hold on their own for a couple waves. Eventually, they will need the tanks in front of them, but you don't have to get the tanks right away. Ugh, double cost power altars hurts. Oh, I need to pay attention to the Cataclysm as well. I think, yeah, I'm plenty far away from the road here. If I drag this onto the road where my miners are gonna walk through, it will just constantly kill them. Then we can grab the wisdom tree here as well. Then I'm trying to decide what I should be doing for the rest of the night. I don't think it really matters too much. I got all 4 power altars. I don't really care that much about the sacred shrines. If I can just kill whatever for the rest of the night. I guess it's actually better for me to fight the spider camps, since there's more enemies there to get refund on Jumping Strike. Don't want to take this. This has no cooldown, so it's pretty OP, even though I don't really have anything that great to test with it. This will either help, or it could screw me over a little bit. We'll see how it works. It makes it harder for me to keep the jungle waves clumped together. Oh, not the jungle waves, the night waves, sorry. But yeah, anyways, I wanted to be right around here when the night rolled over. There's roaming jungle enemies that will spawn each day. And they're annoying because they can end up killing your miners pretty easily. But they actually spawn from the creature layers. So if you're around one when the day is going to come over and you want to keep your miners safe on that lane or on that side of the map, it's an easy way to do that right away. We could go with this. I might Whirlwind Slash a little bit once I get level 9, but I don't know. We'll have to see if it's worth it or not. And then I guess it's time to head back over to the left side. And I should go ahead and grab the HP upgrade for the knights. Oh, that's annoying too. You have to be careful with if you're running ranged units against Kadith, sometimes they get stuck trying to auto-attack a Bone Spike, and they can't actually damage it for whatever reason. And then I don't think my knights are gonna kill it either, because it's like out of their aggro range. That's actually really weird. I don't know what's causing them to miss it. I thought maybe like they were trying to attack from outside of their attack range for some reason, but these guys can't hit it either. And it doesn't seem like it's based on like the angle they're shooting at, because they're all shooting at different angles. Maybe there's like something like the tree from the terrain there is slightly overlapping it, so the projectiles are hitting the tree instead. I'm not entirely sure what causes it. It's just very specific bone spikes that they can't hit, and then the rest of them they'll be able to attack just fine. So you might not even have that problem at all in your maps, but I've had it happen in 2 different maps so far. And then I want to get over here to grab this wisdom tree again. Let's grab the sacred shrine while I'm here as well. That way I don't forget later. And then I want to check and see how much HP... Yeah, the knights are at 1800 HP, which is plenty for them to be tanking right now. As long as they have some backup to actually do damage for them. I don't know how long the knights can actually hold on their own. They can hold for a bit, but their lack of damage ends up becoming a problem in Age 20. they're the complete polar opposite of the archers. They have too much HP, but not any damage, really. They get damage scaling from these upgrades here, but it's so small that I'm trying to remember if they do like 60 or 90. And that's with them like fully upgraded as mounted crusaders and all their bastion upgrades. Or their domain upgrades, I mean. We'll grab this gold mine. But I want to go ahead and level it up now. I think I can. The waves should be pushing enough that these guys will stay safe. I could even just hold them at the gate here. That will guarantee that that stays safe. Kind of want to reroll this, but I should probably save my rerolls for now. I'm still gonna have another blue camp or two that I can take on this side, and I would rather have my rerolls for that. Even if I don't get them there, I can use them for like when I kill the boss and get the shards up here. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and wait a couple seconds for my healing potion to be back up. I guess I do have the revive from nature, but oh well. Now these spiders are gonna be real annoying, because like, see right here, it's trying to back away from me. And even when they're not doing that, these spiders are constantly leaping. Oops, I tried to back out of that, but I didn't have quite enough time. What the heck happened there? He just got, like, pushed backwards randomly for some reason. Do I have time to finish killing this? I probably do. Oh, I know what pushed him back. It's a random artifact I got earlier. Okay, perfect. We got auto attack damage here. I could think about taking some energy, but I think I would rather just have the auto attack damage if it's there. And then I need to get back over to the right side again. So I can grab that wisdom tree for the night wave. Oh, I already used this today. I think it's fine either way. I should be efficient enough at clearing the night waves now that even if they get pretty far in the lane before I make it back, I'll be fine. Oh, is there a wall? Yeah, I guess there is a wall there. For some reason I was thinking I could move through here, but I can't. And I think at this point... No, I don't think it's faster for me to recall. I think it's faster for me to run. I expected the wave to be a little bit further along, but the knights are actually tanking really well, it looks like. I haven't even upgraded them to Crusaders yet, have I? No, which I will do now, though. Just having that resistance on them and having the health scaling, they might even be okay enough, even if I didn't make them Crusaders. But making them Crusaders just, like, doubles their stats. It's a really big increase. Getting the elite form of the units, if you have the Bastion, is always really good to go for. Even if you don't want to max out that unit fully, just getting their elite form is more than worth getting. Oh, nice. I can get a bunch of energy regen too. Though I guess that really doesn't matter that much. It'll help for when I'm doing normal camps, I guess. At this point, I could probably just start, like, actually stacking some rage myself, too. I have so many things that scale off of it. But I think I'll keep stacking tactics. I think having the real big leaping strike AoE will be more fun. Plus, that'll be, like, it'll be more true to the build. If you're trying to run this build yourself, you're probably not getting all this random rage stacking stuff that I'm getting throughout the run. And let's check out these. Yeah, the Crusaders are already at almost 4k HP, but they only have 20 damage. Oh, I got trolled by my artifact there. Why don't I pull these enemies to the wave too, while we're both here? These crossbowmen should be able to just pretty much eviscerate this camp. Then what do I need to do now? I still have a power altar down here I could get. Do I even make it there in time? I guess I can try. It doesn't really matter that heavily if I miss a couple of them throughout the days, but they are nice to have. Oh, right, and then I can go ahead and grab some mercenaries right now, too. Mercenaries reset at the start of night and the start of day. So here, I can actually buy them right at the end of night and stack 2 of them at the same time. I don't care about either of these quests. I guess I should have gotten the other one. Well, I don't even think I could upgrade any towers. Yeah, they're all consumed now. Which reminds me I should get back over there to get their EXP. This might actually put me at level 9. Oh right, but the mercenaries. Something cool about them is that they actually scale off of your kingdom upgrades and your other domains, too. They don't become their elite units, but they get any gist of the damage scaling. So, like, my knights have 4,200 HP, and the crossbowmen have 200 damage. Those upgrades can stack off of... or they can stack on top of other mercenary upgrades you might get here, and they can also stack off of the provision mills, can give you upgrades for mercenaries specifically. I tried to get like a real strong mercenary run going, but the problem is that the knights just don't scale in damage well at all, and the archers love to get themselves one-shot by random AoE damage, because they have basically no health. So I got the tree unlocked, but I'm not actually going to be using it for a while. Taking the tree in this run may or may not actually be worth it, but I wanted to test something out with it, which we'll see on the next Night Wave. These units might not last a whole long time, but for only like 100 cost, they're pretty good just for getting some extra DPS in, if you're like already going for their domains, and you can afford to get their economic building without making the cost of other buildings too high. And then I think we'll go ahead and max out this mine, too. The units are pushing all the way up here to the point of where they're actually making it to the boss, so the workers, or the miners from here should be pretty safe. Damn, that guy actually tanked quite a lot there. He was tanking the damage over time effect the entire time. And he also took, like, a couple straight-on hits, too. Let's see. I can probably do these camps pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, my archers are probably just dead now. Damn, I don't know how they got aggro like that. I was even making sure not to power strike, because using Power Strike would drop my own aggro. Ah, that sucks. I don't want to reroll again. I'll just take the speed. Oh, right, I didn't think about that. The knockback from the artifact here can actually cancel enemy attacks, too. Ah, man, these options suck. Whatever, we'll save the rerolls for later. I guess, since I plan on teleporting to the left side, it'd be better to grab the wisdom tree here and save the one over there for when the Night Wave comes. But at this point, I really don't care about levels anymore. As soon as I've unlocked all 3 of my evolutions, I don't care about levels anymore. But I want to get back over here and kill the 2 blue camps before nighttime comes around, ideally. And let me just make sure... Yep, I got this maxed out. I need to either hit 1200 now, start going for these, or I can maybe start looking at like another mercenary upgrade. I think actually what I'll do is buy something else for 800. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to save up 1200 before I get hit with night tax. I'm gonna buy the monk building. Won't come into play quite yet, but it will come into play in a bit. Oh, another thing I need to make sure I get soon is one of the upgrades for the archer building.
I sense an elemental connection going near.
I'm attempting to grab all the tactic amps, but I don't think I should. I might go ahead and... Yeah, I'm gonna save the Sacred Shrines, just in case I get enough money to actually use them tonight, which I should.
The hordes of the Rattler are attacking.
Looks like my Crusaders are up to 5k health. And then the crossbowmen, yeah, they're still at 200 HP. The units don't get any, like, natural scaling as days progress or anything. But the only way to power them up is through their... either their quests, as I like to call them, like this stuff here, or their domains. Man, those Crusaders are tanking the entire Night Wave, though. I'm actually, like, really impressed with that. Okay, but now it's time to start stomping turts, as they would say. I don't even remember where did that joke even come from in the first place? I think it was, like, some random essay paper that some kid wrote about Mario stomping turts. My rage amps aren't stacking quite as high as I wanted them to. At one point I saw it go up to 57. But I was hoping to, like, be in the hundreds. So maybe this strategy isn't really worth it. Let's see if I can get a little higher. There's 30. Each set of stacks is supposed to last 5 seconds. So I thought it would be pretty easy to stack. I don't know how much the artifact is messing with things too. That's pushing them backwards. It could also just be that I simply do too much damage, and I keep killing them every time I'm jumping. The idea was... I jump a bunch of times to get my rage stacked, and then I summoned the Drazillion. Because when you summon units like the Drazillion or Call to Arms, their stats will snapshot to however many amplifiers you had when you summoned them. If you have temporary amplifiers, their stats won't go back down when your amplifiers disappear. This is really powerful with potions as well, especially if you have the potion domain. You can pop one of your potions for a bunch of temporary amps and then summon something.
Elemental powers stir. A cataclysm looms near.
There's a example of I try to power strike something, it drops aggro and just walks out of range. Next Nightwave, I should probably try to use Whirlwind Slash as well, especially since it's got the extra range on it. But anyways, where are the roaming? Oh, it didn't turn day yet. I'm stupid. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this upgrade here. It'll make it where anytime I interact with a power altar, or not a power altar, a sacred shrine, I mean, it'll make my monks have an invincibility aura. That one is gonna be very important. So since day is actually coming soon, I'll grab the one here right now. I'm also going to be picking the option that gives them some fate armor when I do this. That option is only temporarily. It's only temporary, so it only affects units that are already out. And then once that Fate Armor is gone, it's gone permanently. But I think I actually grabbed it somewhere. Yeah, this. This will actually bump it up to 2 Fate Armor, which might not sound like a lot, but when your archers only have 100 HP, them having 4 Fate Armor compared to none makes it where they can get a lot more shots in the normal. And then I was supposed to buy this as well. That way they would start scaling up as the night went on. And then I could have this big kind of like doom push of them. A bunch of really highly scaled archers all having invincibility. The boss kind of... Oh, he got pulled a little bit out, that's why. I didn't think the boss would attack this far away. But I need to kill these guys real quick. Get my wave actually pushing up. And now I'm gonna pop the invincibility. And now they have 4 Fate Armor and invincibility. I don't know if they'll quite have enough damage to take out the boss on this wave, since I missed out on getting their scaling. Oh, okay, maybe they will. I'm gonna throw down my Poisonous Concoction on it, just in case they do get out of invincibility. But other than that, I'm not gonna damage the boss at all. They actually shredded him, even without the damage increase. Maybe I should just be taking the Tacticams when I see him here. I'm getting really unlucky with my rerolls. But there we go, we got crit chances there. Yeah, I'm getting to the point of where I'm actually kind of weak. Because I don't have any of my evolutions really helping me with single target damage. Let's see, what do we have? That's just an artifact camp. That's actually a green tier. Oh, I need to get back to base and kill these guys. Oh, it looks like they're actually stuck somehow. All of the miners get the Fate Armor too, so that might have actually saved them. I shouldn't be using Leaping Strike here, but it's fine. I'm gonna kill him in time, it looks like. And I guess I'll grab this as well. We're hitting the point of where we just have very excessive amounts of money, because we have all 3 altars done with. You know what? I'll grab the War Priests, and once I hit 300, I'll grab this. I haven't been hitting nearly as many altar powers as I could have been this run, but I don't really care about the War Priests that heavily. They will have really high attack damage, though. I want to get this Blizzard away from my miners as well. Otherwise, it's going to end up killing them. That looks like I need to get even further away. Oh wait, they're coming up here too. I'm just leading it into this gold mine. I have yes, I do have another Sacred Shrine here. Honestly, I might even just be able to win the game right here. My units are pushing so far up there that I can probably get them another invincibility. Only thing I need to check... Okay, the monks are still alive. They're actually, like, right at the doorstep, too. Sometimes the monks end up dying, and, then I obviously can't get the invincibility if they're dead. Alright, let's wait until just the last minute. You guys still have 4 Fate Armor, too. So they could even survive a little bit on their own. I'm tempted to... nah, let's not risk it. I was gonna say, I'm tempted to just let them tank a little bit and see how good their Fate Armor works. Well, some of them are gonna be outside of the invincibility range anyways. They're not real scaled up, so I don't know if they're gonna kill on this wave, but they actually might be able to. They're doing it. It's gonna be close, but they got it. I wasn't expecting to end the run quite that quickly, but things just timed out really well there in the end. For when I unlocked the invincibility, and then having both of the altars still up, I didn't quite think they would push through to the end that quickly, either. Huh. Well, whatever. That was a interesting run anyways. I'm glad I got that one on recording. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.